Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Musical Instrument Investigator. Today we're going to have a look at a catalogue by the French auction house Vichy Encheres, which is due to go live on the 16th of March. This is actually one of three auctions. There's one on the 16th, which is wood for luthiers and some instruments. There's one on the 17th, which is kind of bowed instruments and bows, and then there's one on the 18th which is also the same, more kind of bowed stringed instruments and bows. So what we're going to have a look at first of all is the wood and instruments auction. We'll just have a brief overview. Here I've got the translation in English, so it might not be exact. You can once again have a look at the information, look over the terms before you kind of bid anything. I think this might be a translation error, but it says selling cost 24%, so I think that's probably your buyer's premium, and there's some other bits to read up about, kind of like internet bidding and stuff like that. You can see it all kind of here. You can see the conditions. So like I said, this is an auction based in France, so if you're in the UK or somewhere else abroad or outside of Europe, then there might be additional charges. So yeah, have a look. So I think the sale starts live on 1 PM on the 16th of March. So without further ado, there's over 300 lots in this auction alone, and the same on the other two. So we're talking about 1,000 items in general. So let's just have a brief look over this anyway. So here we go. So we won't look into too much detail, but with maple ribbon veneer sets, 7 spruce cello boards, 8 maple cello boards, 5 blocks of maple, various maple blocks, more maple cello boards, 2 spruce boards, 4 cello maple boards, set of various spruce blocks. So it's all stuff for instrument makers, for luthiers. 8 cello maple planks, 6 spruce boards, 2 spruce blocks, 3 cello maple planks, 4 cello maple blanks, more maple blanks, more maple blanks, more maple blanks, more maple kind of planks here. So more maple, 10 maple backs and violin spruce tops, 8 maple backs and violin spruce tops. There's some more maple backs and spruce tops. Yep. 8 assembled cello spruce tops. Let's just have a quick look at here, see what the picture. So it just doesn't give you much information, but you can email them for more info. So as you can see, these have been assembled. So there you go, it's not too bad. Some pictures. Some more assembled backs here. Let's see, you can zoom in a little bit, but they're not the greatest quality photos, but there we go. So there we go. Now we're into Pernambou blank sticks, or baguettes as they say. So yeah, if you into a bit of bow making, then here's an auction for some Pernambuco, always popular. So there's some more Pernambuco blanks. Yep, still carrying on, lots and lots of Pernambuco there. So if you're into bow making, yeah, it just keeps on going on. Here's some planks, actually, planks of Pernambuco. You don't see that often. Talking about the CITES regulations pre-September 2007. From stocks declared to the Ministry in charge of ecology in 2007. Well, there you go. Yeah, some interesting wood in this auction for sure. There's more kind of Pernambuco. Yeah, there's lots of it here. This is interesting. So this it's translated to bee wood, but this is like the abeille wood, which I think they sometimes use in bow making, also for like fingerboards for guitars and things like that. But that is literally a gigantic pallet of that abeille wood. So if you want to make a load of bows or other stuff with instruments, that's one of the more interesting lots. Here's a box of 19 violin and other violin backs and other wooden things and purfling and all that kind of stuff. So whole load of kind of partly created violin and viola necks and heads and scrolls. Some more here, more spruce boards for kind of tops, could be guitars or violins potentially. That one's, they're a bit longer, or cellos, whatever. Some more spruce boards, some more kind of cello God, that is a terrible picture. That is very blurry. So yeah, watch out for some of the pictures on here. They're not that great. Some more necks and scrolls. Loads of different random spruce boards. I mean, some interesting stuff, but I wouldn't really want to buy a whole load of wood from here and kind of ship it abroad. It might be a bit difficult for the CITES on the Pernambuco, well, for the UK anyway, with Brexit. But no, I mean, I guess people do it every day. So if you're interested in wood, go for it. So there's some sides here, maple sides for violins, violas, loads more spruce, some sides for cellos, whole load of different kind of necks here. Some have obviously had a fair bit of work done already, so it must be some old workshop that's closed up somewhere in Europe, France or somewhere else. A whole load of other maple backs, or spruce chops and maple backs, so we won't go into it too much. So here's some kind of big chunks of maple here, you can see, ready for more scrolls. So there's a whole load of stuff. Looks like quite fairly nice wood, some of it. Yep, it's a whole load more maple for cellos, violins, violas. Yep, it's still going. Yeah, and more. Just interesting to see, actually. There's so much of it. A lot of wood. Various bits of maple. Yeah, you just get these odd cuts from offcuts from workshops. And there you go, some more fronts, tables for violins, violas. Whole load of different bridges. There's an old mould after a violin of Veneer. Interesting. It's a curious one. Here we have a painting of a violinist. So there you go, get all sorts in these auctions. There's another painting there. There's another painting there of Stradivari in his studio. Some other pictures there. There's some more diplomas, things interesting. Right, some instruments now. Let's have a quick look at this. So it's another mandolin, French mandolin made in Miracle. Nothing too exciting there. Lots of two mandolins. Let's see what's here. Neapolitan mandolin. It's fairly standard. Another kind of fairly generic mandolin. Flat back mandolins there. And then a double soundboard, double top mandolins there, René Jerome. Anonymous flatback mandolin. Let's see. Another Miracle double top. That was a bit nicer. Well, said that it's got some figuring on the side. So, so Neapolitan mandolin, Fratelli Tassinari, hidden and engraved mechanics. It's got a bit more fancy inlay, a bit of damage there. Missing frets, fairly good condition. Well, needs some repair. It's got a bit of a knock there to the bowl, but at least they got pictures of that, so that's good. Another double table by Louis Paternotte. Curious things. Just another kind of standard mandolin. Some more standard mandolins. Nothing. Banjo mandolin. Nothing outrageous so far. It's all pretty standard. The Neapolitan mandolin there by Martella. Flat mandolin it's pretty standard. Another Neapolitan mandolin, Luigi Viceltini's. Yeah, definitely needs a bit of attention, I think. The two mandolins, all back. Another Miracle French flatback mandolin. Neapolitan mandolin in case. Yeah. Another quite generic-y bowl-back mandolin. Another Miracle flatback mandolin. Neapolitan style. I mean, none of the mandolins so far are that exciting. That's an interesting Greek bouzouki. If you're into that. Lute guitar, you get lots of these about, and not very exciting. Massive crack on the back, so that's a lot of work there. 5-string banjo, as is. Yeah, not as exciting as some of the other banjos you've seen recently. Beautiful mandolin showcase instrument, broken table, missing pegs, miniature mandolin, as is. Yes, beautiful is potentially an exaggeration. Balalaika, yeah, nothing too outrageous there. 10-string oud, early 20th century, doesn't look of the greatest quality, pretty standard. Epinette de Vosges, yeah, ready to play, pretty interesting. Ooh, hurdy-gurdy case, don't see them that often. Looks like it needs a bit of work. Classical guitar bearing the label Carbonel Torres, Luthier in Marseille, 1971. Doesn't look massively exciting there. Asian made Fender model folk guitar. It's got a bit of stuff, nothing too exciting. Asian made Washburn model D15. Study guitar made in Miracle. Yeah, it's pretty generic kind of stuff. Classical guitar in the style of Brazilian violin making. Okay, it's a bit odd. Classical guitar by Paternotte, made in Matancore. Nice figure on the sides, but not that exciting. Vantage, it's just generic kind of one. Guitar made by Cousnon Workshop in Miracle, it's pretty generic. Anonymous jazz guitar, no. That looks like another couple of generic guitars there. Steel strung guitar, German made, circa 1900s. In quite a state, you get lots of these with the adjustable kind of neck there. Watson and amp, 12-string folk guitar note, Suzuki classical, it's pretty standard. Classical guitar, label R. Jerome. It's not that interesting. Spanish guitar bearing a Vicente Tate label, no, just another Eastern European steel strung, kind of generic jazz guitar, romantic guitar, but interesting kind of inlay. See, it's lost its moustache bridge, needs a fair bit of TLC, slightly interesting. Just kind of another classical guitar, interesting jazz guitar, needs a bit of restoration. Has some interesting features there. I just think it's another generic, yeah, you get a lot of these generic guitars. They're standard. Just a lot of generic guitars here. None of these I don't think are too exciting. If you can buy them cheap, why not? This one's a bit more interesting. 1940, a bit more rounded, and that needs a lot of work. I mean, I do quite like those, that kind of rosette. That's quite nice. I think if you want a project, if you want to do a bit of guitar repair, and these are easy and cheap enough for you to get hold of, then you know it's worth giving a go. But a lot of these instruments are just really not too exciting, I'm afraid. Portuguese cavaquinho, and some children's guitars, child's guitar and a little child's balalaika, some tuners. So here's some the starts of some electric guitars by an amateur maker that weren't finished. So if you fancy a project, here's a kind of metal guitar, some amateur made, probably from the same thing. And another one here, so someone was having a good bit of fun there. Oh, it could be alright guitars, but someone had an interesting taste. It's a Gelana based brand bass guitar. It's an amateur electric guitar again. So curious, looks like it's kind of been used a lot. Interesting headstock. I mean, that looks a bit more like it's a factory guitar that's been messed around with and cut down rather than an amateur work, but just in my opinion. EKO brand, kind of hollow body. Eglon brand guitar. It's a very bizarre amateur guitar there. Yeah, that's curious. An interesting one for someone's collection. Little kind of lap steel there. Old Fender Power Chorus amp. It's in a bit of a state. Just Eclipse electroacoustic, it's pretty standard. Stag nylon standard, set of 3 instruments including electric guitars and a bass. So it's pretty standard fare. Okay, kind of Spanish style guitar, yeah, nothing too exciting there. Kind of another steel string guitar. Yeah, that's on. Some medals, a wooden lectern, all sorts, quite interesting really. Here's a synth, Proteus Master Performance System. Oh, I've never seen or heard of one of them before, but it looks curious. Let's go. Piano. There's a Pleyel. Okay. It's a Gebruder grand piano, earliest 20th century. Needs a bit of work. There's not any money in these things anymore. Interesting. There's Erard. That's kind of Erard piano. It's a nice nice maker. Needs a bit of work there, a bit of restoration. Another lectern. Brass music locker. How curious. There's the old standard metronome. Another metronome. Here's the concertinas. Everyone loves those. They always, well, in the UK anyway. So Anglo-German concertina, missing a button. Always popular. It's a whole load of piano accordions here. Some of them are quite fancy, aren't they? They always have some attention. Organetta 3 from Hohner. It's a cute little thing. A famous folk guitar. Just some normal classical guitars. Here's one of these zithers again that no one ever wants. And another one. A different style, the fancier one. Psaltery. Amateur work. That's interesting. Interesting kind of So it's like Rebec style early fiddle there. Old kind of lyre. Another lyre. So someone's been making a whole load of kind of early instruments. Ukulele. That's quite a cute design, isn't it? I've not seen a ukulele quite like that. Interesting. 8-string. Balalaika. Ethnic 6-string instrument. Yeah, looks interesting. Yeah, I've got a lot of these kind of early instruments. That's quite cool. Yeah, kind of early violin kind of Rebec type things. Here's like another one of those kind of family of instruments. Yep, a whole load of them. Miniature Asian musical instruments. Chinese erhu. Some of those are very, very expensive. The really nice ones. Whole load of different kind of ethnic instruments, as they say. Ooh, 2 surprising ceramic kazoos. I think that's potentially meant to say serpent or something like that instead of surprising, but maybe surprising. Traditional instruments, yeah, that's some quite cool stuff. Lot of 2 camel and goni, as is, yeah. Sarangi, late 19th century, yeah, nice. Ceramic horn. It's a very diverse auction. It's a pippa. It's missing a few of the kind of frets. It's a diamonica. Really is a very diverse thing. Hona harmonica. 2 tambourines and 2 recorders. It's interesting. So drum, another kind of army marching drum. There's a record player, another mandolin. It's not too exciting. Another mandolin. Piccolo flute, a couple of flutes. Another flute in silver. Another piccolo flute. There's a flageolet. Let's look at that. There's a bit of a chip out of it there. A flute in silver, silvery metal flute, beam system Yamaha flute, a couple more flutes, pieces of flute and clarinet, silver plated metal flutes, more flutes, yep. Neapolitan type mandolin, yep. There's clarinet, so a couple more clarinets here, yep. A lot of these clarinets, whole load of different mouthpieces, more mouthpieces, 12-string Mandaria. Let's have a quick look at that. Yep, it's had a bit of repair. It looks interesting there. Soprano saxophone. Let's have a look at that. With double octave key. That's an interesting looking one. Estimate €100. Alto saxophone. A couple more alto saxophones. Another flat mandolin. A lot of mandolins around. It's a kind of varnished tenor saxophone. That's very kind of almost Art Deco, isn't it, with the keys? It's a bit curious. Interesting. Some more saxophones. Baritone saxophone. Let's have a quick look. 11 pictures. So they're taking a lot of pictures of these instruments, so that's good. Yeah, the pictures are not bad. Here's a whole load of cornets. Some others. Yeah. Let's have a quick look. Okay. Alto bugle. Cushon. Bugle. Cavalry trumpet. Here's some more trumpets. Pretty standard. Okay. There's a horn. set of 6 instruments. There you go, some kind of horn, bugle, clarinet type thing. A few more these sax horns. Yeah. A lot of different things. Natural horns. Always parts of natural horns. Hunting horn by Francois Perrinet. It's a bit battered. Decorative horns, 3-piston silver-plated horn. Yeah, a few more horns, lots of horns. Yeah, some more clarinets. Well, there you go. 344 items or thereabouts. I haven't counted exactly. Yeah, really, I mean, look at this. What a diverse auction. This is very similar, I suppose, in a way to the Gardner Hallgate auctions. A real mix of stuff. I think the wood is probably the best part of this auction to me. I didn't see anything else wildly amazing in this auction. A few interesting stuff, but in this first day of the 3, I think the wood has got to be the interesting stuff. I mean, any of the Pernambuco stuff is interesting to bow makers. Any of the other wood is interesting. For me, I think the star of this auction is probably this gigantic palette of Abil wood, but it's just pretty not often that you see that much wood go for an auction. But yeah, it's been an interesting auction to look at. The pictures are pretty good. The translation descriptions are not bad. I'm sure you can contact them for more information. I've never placed a bid on an auction from this company before, and I'm probably unlikely to, just because of the fees and stuff. But yeah, if you're interested, I'll put a link in the description. Check it out and read up on all the terms, and just, yeah, have a look yourself and explore. So thanks once again for checking this out. Ciao! Many thanks for tuning in to the Musical Instrument Investigator. I hope that you enjoyed the video. If you did, then please like, subscribe and turn on notifications, and watch out for the next video coming soon.